I have a remarkable gift. It's magic, really. And in fact, most pastors have this particular gift. I can change a person into one type of person into another type of person. Here's how it works. I was at a party some time ago, and a person was talking about how he had so much money, how the stock market had been so great for him. He just had loads and loads of it. And he was a financial type of guy and was talking about himself. And they turned to me and said, "Now, what do you do for a living?" And I said, "I'm a pastor." And frankly, it's great when people make lots of money because you know what? There's lots of good ways to use that money. And that's when the transformation happened. He became a poor person right in front of me, right there. All of a sudden, he started talking about how the market hadn't been that good and things weren't going all that well. And he really didn't have a whole lot to spare. You see, that's a great gift, don't you think, to change somebody that quickly? Trust me, almost every pastor has the very same gift. Now, the honest answer is that when people say they have no money, they're actually being correct. At least this is the point Jesus was trying to make. Some folks came to Jesus and said, "Hey, Jesus, are we supposed to pay taxes?" And Jesus said, "Well, give me a coin." They gave him a coin. And Jesus said, "Well, whose image is on the coin?" And they said, "Caesar's image." And Jesus said, "Well, if it belongs to Caesar, this is his image, and yeah, give the money back to Caesar if he's asking for it." So by implication, nobody really owns the money they are carrying. For example, this dollar bill doesn't really belong to me. This belongs to Washington, right? And then this $10 bill belongs to Hamilton. Of course, Hamilton isn't around to claim it, but the U.S. Treasury Office, which is in Washington, has its picture on it, so it must still belong to Washington, D.C., that is. And of course, you got Jefferson's head on a nickel, and you got Roosevelt here on a dime, and Abraham Lincoln's head here on this penny. They're not around either, but the Treasury's still there in Washington, so the money really belongs to Washington. Now, Jesus made a really important point, a second one, which is that there is that which is in God's image that then belongs to God, and that is human beings. You, me, all of us, we all are children of God. We all are made in God's image. We all belong to God. And when you think of it, because this money all has pictures of people on it, it means really the money belongs to God too, because all people belong to God, as do all of their resources. So when it comes to being the church, it's important that we talk about money, that we talk about how money is received, how money is spent, how corporations spend money, how people use their money personally, how wealthy people should give away their wealth and share it generously. Money is something that Jesus talked about more than anything else in the four Gospels, and it's something that we hear amongst Christian people, religious people, in fact, all people should be willing to talk about, because like all of us, all of our money belongs to God and is to be used for God's purposes, mercy and faith and joy and generous sharing.